Alright, what is up guys, Losomaniac here, and welcome to a video where I talk about the struggles of me finding a job. Well, just finding a job as a whole, / getting one. Because I'm at that age where I have to have a job. I graduated, I'm like 19, I'm going to turn 20 this year. So, and I still don't have a job, so I feel like I want to talk about it because there are a few things that I have noticed that comes with the problem of getting or just alone getting and securing a job. So, God, that is an old photo of me. Ugh. Looks so much better then as opposed to now. Sorry, on my laptop there's like a screen and there's like an old photo of me of whenever the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl. I forgot who they played. I think it's Super Bowl 50? I'm not sure. But, so yeah, let's start off with the obvious, finding a job. I have no particularly good set of skills. Alright, I don't like talking to people. Alright, I'm depressed, anxiety, and I'm pretty sure I'm almost suicidal. And I say I'm pretty sure because I don't have any medical records that say I am. I also don't have any medical records that say I'm depressed, but my dad insists I'm depressed because that's what because he suffers from depression. So I'm just gonna say I am. I suffer from anxiety, again, not medically proven, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I don't like people. I sit on my ass playing video games all day, so I have no particularly good set of skills. Unless you want me to beat someone in Guitar Hero, I could probably do that, but that's about it. I say probably because I'm not the best at it. Yeah, so I'm not skilled in anything. I can't lift 50 pounds as easily as some people want, so that's off the table. Plus not to mention the fact that I hate myself and I'm very negative to myself. So if I successfully manage to secure an interview, and then they have to ask you, like, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? My strengths is sitting on my ass playing video games. What is my weakness? Basically everything else. So then what is there to talk? So there's nothing else for me to do. Now, yes, I could work on that. I could work on those things. I do understand that. But let's just take aside the fact that I can work on it. And let's set here. Alright, let's say I had a job interview today. Which I don't. I don't have a job interview as far as I'm sure of. So yeah, so let's say I have a job interview today. I haven't worked on anything. And they're like, okay, what are you good at? Nothing. I'm not good at anything. Even sitting on my ass doing nothing, I'm pretty sure I'm not good at that because I'm doing it wrong somehow, as I always do. Plus, not to mention the fact that I'm also autistic. That also makes it a bit more difficult to do that. There are resources out there. There are certain areas out there that help you if you're autistic with finding a job. I'm a part of those programs. But aside from that, so let's take away the obvious weaknesses aside. I can't lift 50 pounds. And let's say I work at like a cashier thing. What would be my weaknesses there? Well, I have massive anger problems. So, therefore, I won't be a good asset there because I need someone who's good with people and I'm not. Alright? I don't like people, people don't like me, that's it. I'm not saying people have to like me to get the job. I'm just saying, like, if I don't like people, they won't like me, therefore they won't come back. Or they won't be back when I'm here, so therefore they try and limit their options to different... Like, if I'm working at, like, a 7-Eleven, they'll probably want to go to a different 7-Eleven because I'm working there, because I gave them a bad attitude that day. So therefore, from this point on, I'm now restricting how business is working. Therefore, I am the problem, and therefore I should be fired. Which makes sense But then again, you hired me for the position, which means you knew the risk, so therefore you can't fire me for it. Even if I told you. Then there's the fact I need to constantly be told what to do. Every day. Because I'm not a fucking mind reader. At school, it was pretty straightforward because I'm not getting paid to do so. If I was being paid to go to school, then maybe I would learn how to manage that, but I'm not. This is something I've worked hard to do. I've worked hard to get a fucking job. I'm gonna be working extra hard to get the job than the job itself. That's how it is. So I'm working extra hard to get the job more than I will to do the job. And you're also paying me to do it, so therefore I should expect you to tell me what to do. I do my half, you do your half. I'm not asking for much, alright? I'm not asking you to cure cancer for my sister who doesn't have it. She doesn't. I don't know where that sister came into play. Or whatever. But what I am asking you to do is just tell me what I need to do. Now, I do understand that, like, if certain things changes, then yes, you would tell me what to do. But even for that day, just check, or at least, oh, this expires on my birthday. Oh my god, this piece of cheese expires on my birthday. Holy shit. ADHD, that's also a problem I have. I went from talking about a job interview to talking about how cheese expires on my birthday. So, what was I getting at? Okay, cheese expires on my birthday. Need to be told what to do. Yeah, I need to be told what to do. But yeah, I'm not asking for much. My grandma does it all the time. She tells me, hey, I need to do this, or I need you to do this. Alright, so can you do this? Now, there have been times where she has told me to do something that I haven't done. She's pulled me aside, and she actually got mad at me recently because for some reason her oven heats through one of the stovetops. So she has stovetop covers. I don't know why she has stovetop covers, especially on her stove where it's not needed, but she has it anyways. And so she forgot to, and so she told me a couple days ago that from now on, take off the stovetop coverings when you're cooking something in the oven. You see how wrong that is? This has never been a problem. Granted, none of my family used stovetop coverings because my dad didn't need it, and my mom didn't need it at the time because they were flat. So like there was no need for stovetop coverings, but somehow she has them because she wants it to look presentable and pretty, even though I don't care. I'm just like, as long as I have a stovetop and an oven, that's all I care about. But going back, so yesterday I forgot to take. I was cooking pizza in the oven and I forgot to take it off. And then so she gets mad at me. She's like, I told you to take this off. I'm like, I'm sorry. And so yeah, going back, there's also another question. There's one of the more common questions is, let's say you're dealing with let's say a person gets aggressive. How will you handle the situation? Probably cry, because again, I'm autistic. I'm 19, but my mindset is still like I'm 5 years old. I still have the attitude of a 5-year-old. I'm very emotionally sensitive. You raise your voice at me, I start to tear up because I'm a bitch, I'm a pussy, whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, it's just because I'm autistic. That's just how it is. And then another thing is, why do you want this job? Money. I want money. But then again, you can't say that because you don't get the job, because it shows you don't care. But I don't care. And she's like, and then the question could be like, have you been honest throughout this whole interview? No. And then you don't get the job. That's not a question people would ask, but. And then they ask you some bullshit question like, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? I don't fucking know. Hopefully, not at this fucking stupid job again. That joke's been taken. Oh, fuck. I can't say that. That joke's been taken already. Grade A under A said that joke's been taken. I can't say it. Man, shoot, I hope I don't have to work at this dumbass place anymore, because, well, what's the point? I'm not a fucking fortune teller, or I'm not a... fortune teller. I don't see into the future. I'm living in the present. If I wanted to see into the future, I would have seen some other stuff, because getting a job is like at the bottom of my concerns, even though it should be number one. I don't think so. Honestly, if I was to look into the future, I would see how well, or if I've been better as a person or worse as a person. See if I'm still obsessed with the same damn person for like the past couple weeks. I get obsessed over people. A new one just showed up a couple weeks ago. But that one's slowly dying off. So hopefully, yeah, that'll be my first thing to see if I'm still obsessing over people. Anyways, moving on. That was a long pause. Because I had like chocolate milk a couple minutes ago before I started recording, so now my mouth gets all watery from how delicious it was. So, yeah, if I was to look into the future, it wouldn't be where I am in 5 years' time. Hopefully, still not back in Washington, because my mom can't handle another year with me here. She had me and my sister stay out here for a month, and she could barely handle that. So yeah, I would say hopefully not here after a year. Hopefully back in Colorado where I'm supposed to fucking be, but here I am looking for a job that I won't be able to get ever. I look at all this shit and I am underqualified, and I'm not qualified for anything. I can't drive, so I can't be like a delivery man. I'm not good with people, so therefore I can't be in customer service or whatever. I also don't like calling people. My anxiety gets in the way whenever I call people. So that's that. So I'm not qualified for that. I don't like people, so I'm not qualified for anything in the back. I don't like cooking because I fuck everything up, so I'm not qualified to be in the fucking kitchen. I get dizzy whenever I do dishes, so something like that would be off the table. So I'm not qualified for fucking anything. Some of this stuff I could easily manage, like dizziness when doing dishes. Like I could be a dishwasher, but then I could be like, look, I get dizzy. I don't know what it is whenever I do dishes. That's not going to stop me from that's not going to prevent me from finishing it. I will finish it, but like maybe like have like cold air or whatnot whenever I do dishes, because they need you to use hot water, which again, I'm a massive bitch and I don't like using hot water, but whatever. If that's what they want, I'll fucking do it. Now here's the thing. I'm not saying I don't want a job. At least not yet. I'm very close to just being like, fuck it, no job. But what I am saying is, what was I going to say? I'm very much fine with having a job. If you want me to do something, I'll do it. I may complain about it, but I'll do it. But what I am getting at is, they have all this shit that comes around with like wanting a job, especially now during a pandemic. I constantly tell my family I don't want to look for a job during the pandemic. I look for one after, but not during the pandemic. Just because I feel like my biggest fear is like, if I work at the mall that's close here, the Tacoma Mall. Let's say something happens and the virus kicks up again. All right. It gets worse and worse, and I would need to look for a bigger strand of the vaccine, whatever. Let's say it gets worse, and now we're back to the point where we have to shut everything down, and I just got the job. Well, guess who's now out of a job that he didn't even start? This guy, because of the fucking pandemic. So I don't want to look for one during the pandemic. I understand it's a good idea once everything is gone, done, and over with. Because not many people would be interested in looking for a job. They're interested in trying to fucking survive and enjoy this time without it. I'm not a workaholic. I know someone who is. I think my dad is. I don't know if my mom is. My grandma definitely is. She has to be doing something. Alright? I'm just one of those people where I just like to lay back and do my own thing. But I'm not a workaholic. In fact, I'm the exact opposite of a workaholic. If I have to work, I'll fucking shoot myself. That is a joke. Don't take that out of context, please. Because that's a very serious thing I said, and I am truly sorry to... I'm truly sorry that I said that. I didn't mean to. But what I'm getting at is this job, and I get it, alright? Finding a job is hard. You need to apply out there. Problem is, and again, I'm very picky with how I look for a job. Is I need to know the qualifications for something. Because I have applied to 2 different jobs, 2 different places where I didn't know the qualifications or what it was for. Well, I was told, during my first one, I wasn't told the qualifications until the first half of the interview. Which means I should have been able to look up because someone found the job for me. Which means I should have gone to the website and looked at the prerequisites or the qualifications needed to work there. Like, I need to be able to lift 50 pounds, able to lift 100 pounds. Which, by the way, I stressed the fact of lifting 50 pounds because that was what the first job was. I needed to do something that involved lifting 50 plus pounds. Lifting, pulling, carrying, pushing, pulling, rolling 50 pounds, whatever it may be. I'm pretty sure I can roll 50 pounds. A lot of people can roll something because it wouldn't be that hard, but whatever. But what I'm getting at is that now I have to look for something that is not muscle-like, which is like most of the jobs available at the moment, because a lot of people are fucking weak as shit. You can't, well, no, not a lot of people, just me. But it's the fact of the matter that I can't, to put into perspective, I can't even do a proper push-up. I'm that fucking frail, and yes, you can make fun of me all you want. I get it. I'm frail, alright? Just let me be, alright? I get it. But there's a certain problem that comes with this. Which is that if I don't know how to lift something, then I should... Oh, sorry. I'm kind of backtracking different sides. What I meant to say was, because I was on the topic of lifting, is I need to be able to know the prerequisites. The second job I applied for, which was the first one here in Washington, was it was for taco time. I didn't even know, not only did I not know what the position was, I didn't even know what the qualifications were. So it could have been assistant manager, and I didn't want to ask them because I feel like because I felt like I should have known what it is. You can't just go into a job interview and be like, so what's this position for? They probably it probably shows that you're interested, but to me it just makes it seem like I'm fucking stupid and I have no idea what the job is for, what the position is for. So yeah, so now I have to deal with the fact that, and by the way, the people who interview you to me are intimidating as shit. They're like, so why do you want this job? Oh, it's for money, huh? You don't appreciate the company? It's not that. You just want to get paid. Which, by the way, I learned that the reason why you can't say you're doing it for money is because they can easily cheat you off your money. So let's say you're making so let's say with this job you'll be making $15 an hour, which I think is minimum wage. Now I saw this on Reddit, so I could be wrong. But if you say you do this for money, they could easily drop it to $9 an hour. If that's what if everyone there is being paid $15 an hour, except you, because you say you're doing this for money, then that could come off as unfair. And which, by the way, who does it for just to work? Again, there are some people out there who do it for work, and I'm not hating on those people, but a lot of us are getting jobs for money. So, and I'm pretty sure the people I interview are working for money because we need to fucking survive off money. So I just don't get it. I don't. But I feel like I'm just not understanding it. You know, like maybe there's more to it, but I feel like with these sort of videos I make, it's not necessarily me complaining, more as it is complaining but wanting to understand. Like, I want to be able to understand why this shit is about as ridiculous as it is. And my problem with wanting to apply over time is a lot of the stuff I can apply for doesn't really interest me. Like, and it's not because I don't want to work at, like, McDonald's. I'd be more than happy to work at a McDonald's because everyone does at some point. Unless you're one of those spoiled rich assholes who brag about their money on the internet, then you probably haven't worked in a McDonald's your whole life. And I know those people because, well, I don't know them personally, but I know those are the type of people because the second that they lose their money or the cash flow, they start crying like a little baby, like someone in their family had just died. You guys have seen those Dr. Phil videos. Those are funny as shit because people suffering makes me happy. But what I'm trying to get at is like I don't mind working at these places. It's just that these places need to understand that not everyone is that I feel like these businesses need to understand that not everyone wants this job to work or just because they want a job. They're doing it for money. Which I'm pretty sure some businesses understand that. But another thing that, and I wasn't going to end this video. I was just going over some stuff. But another thing that bothers me about interviews is attire. I don't like wearing fancy stuff. I will, but I'll complain about it the whole time. Because I am petty as fuck. But the fact that I have to wear like a dress shoes, dress pants, and a dress shirt makes it seem a bit much. Especially if you're working at a place where you would wear the exact opposite. Like, what would be a good, like, what's like the worst job to have? What is it? Porta potties. Porta potty cleaners. Which those are a real thing. You have to dress up for the interview where you wear clothes that are the exact opposite of that. Even like in like the least professional state of a job, you have to wear the most professional clothing ever to show that you're interested. If you want me to look like I'm the way to show that I'm interested is not really attire, rather than it is just showing interest, looking at people and seeing if they're interested. Which kind of leads me to my next thing, or more so of a question. Let's say I'm at the point where I can hire people. I decide if people get the job or not, alright? If they would it be bad for me to hire these people? And here's the thing. If someone looks like they have potential, I feel like it should be more based off how well they do the job, as opposed to how well, sorry, my ear is, I think most of the time with jobs, it's all based off how well you perform, as opposed to how well you dress. So to me, dressing for the interview doesn't matter at all. Because no one's going to be like, oh, I'm not doing service with you because you aren't dressed like you work here. You look like you washed up on the street. Did you wash up on the street? No. like I live like 3 miles from here. I didn't wash up on the street. I'm here to give you your fucking diet root beer and just fucking leave. I'm not here to suck your dick and I don't know where that went. People are going to see this and they're not going to hire me anymore. So, silver lining there. Because, I mean, I get away with not getting a job. But at the same time, I have to deal with my parents fucking yelling at me. Which, by the way, why is it such a big deal that people have to get a job? I understand it's to, like, show dedication and makes you more mature and stuff. But there's other ways. Or it shows you like you're not all willy-nilly with money. And I'm not willy-nilly with money. I feel bad if I even make someone spend $1 on me. if someone's even going to some place that's free, they still drove to that place, which means they spend money on gas money that I'm wasting on them. So therefore, they spend however much money it takes to refill that gas that I used on them. So any sort of like wasting of money or spending of money, I feel bad for. So it's not like, it's not like I'm saying I don't deserve to have a job because I know responsibilities. I am like the least responsible person in my entire family, let me tell you. In fact, I'm pretty sure I am the worst person in my entire family. On my mom's side, I'm pretty sure there's worse people on my dad's side. So, just because I'm a terrible person as a whole and whatever. But the stress that they put on you to get a job is fucking ridiculous. The reason I am here, fun fact, the reason I am here in Washington is to get a job. There's some stuff that goes on that's going on in Colorado out there that needs to be sorted out. But the reason I am here in Washington is to get a job, not to visit family. Even though my great grandma was dying, so that would have made the most sense. No, it's for me. It's to help. My grandma was supposed to help me find a job, which, surprise, surprise, I moved here in November. It is now February. I still don't have a job. So yeah, usually with people, it's usually like, okay, I now have a job. Me, no. Still don't. So, plus, I don't know. All this stupid shit with jobs is just too much. It's too much stress for me. And there's so many things that like a lot of people could be like, well, don't be afraid of this. It's not like I don't want to be. It's because I kind of am. And I also don't have control over what happens with my body. One moment I could just be chilling, and then the next thing you know, I'll just have my chest would get heavy, which usually means I'm having anxiety. That's what I learned. I don't know. I need to be fully tested to see if I do have that, but whatever. But with that, the whole stress of finding a job as a whole is fucking stupid. And to any employers watching this who are like, I'm gonna see this and I'm not hiring you. Good. I don't want to work with you because you're judging me based off how I act versus how I perform. That's what jobs need to do. They don't need to judge you based off how you act. Mostly, it should be based off how you perform, because you could have a shit attitude but be like the most hardworking person ever, or you could be the least likable, or you could be the laziest fucker ever and have like the nicest personality ever. We can't judge it based off those, because otherwise this whole job thing would fucking suck. And it's like, oh, I have a great person, I'm hardworking, but I will fucking stab you if you get near me. It's like, you're hired. Like, okay, maybe not that, but maybe don't hire those people who are going to stab you, but all I'm saying is, yeah, I may be a fat, lazy fuck, but I would get the job done. But of course, that doesn't work, because because there's also the problem of me not liking people and having the attitude of a bratty 5-year-old, which again, I'm a 5-year-old who's very aggressive, so therefore, I'm not qualified for the job, any job. And now, and again, this goes back to the point of like, well, you just say that because you don't like yourself, which is true, but again, that also brings up the fact that a lot of people wouldn't like me. And it's also the fact that I get it. I get that I hate myself, but to be honest, I prefer to tell the truth, because in certain jobs, believe it or not, they give you You work with them for about a month. Within that month, they decide whether you're qualified, and they'll keep you. You have the job versus... Hold on. Is my thing coming out? I need to change these. Within those 30 days, they can decide whether you're qualified for the job, and they keep you versus whether they let you go. So within that, they can decide whether you're qualified, overqualified, or underqualified. And I prefer to tell the truth because it's going to come out eventually, you know? Like, I could have lied during that interview with King Supers and say, I can lift 50 pounds, but the problem with that is I can't. Not as easily as they want. I can lift 50 pounds, but it'll just be me struggling. I start to look like SpongeBob trying to lift those 2 marshmallows off of a stick. You guys saw how much he struggled with that. I would start to look like him lifting up a bag of dog food. And I know for a fact I can't lift dog food as easily because I can pull it out of a car, but the second it lands and I try and lift it up, it's not easy. So yeah, I feel like with all these stuff, considering the fact that if you're given like a month to do something, you should easily just have to be like, alright, we'll put you on the 30-day, or not the 30 month, we'll put you on the 30-day trial period, see if you're qualified. If we don't like you, you're out. If we like you, we'll hire you. But then it also leaves the fact of, well, then what was the purpose of this interview? You could easily ask me 3 simple questions. You don't need to ask me like 10 fucking questions. And also, certain jobs need to have work requirements. Like, have you done anything that would get you paid for work? No. Aside from family, no, I haven't. Because my sister has done that, not me, because I don't like working with kids or dogs, because kids are fucking annoying and dogs are just as annoying, but whatever. Well, dogs are the least annoying than kids, because kids can fucking talk. They don't talk, and they don't stop talking nonstop. But what I'm getting at here is, the fact that I don't have any job requirements, so therefore, like 90%, that also leads to the fact of finding a job is, a lot of these jobs require job requirements, which I don't have. Because I have been paid to look over dogs before. The problem with that is, it was here in this house, it was my aunt's dog, and I did nothing besides just sitting here and clean up after the piss stain it had made. The piss stain it had mess. Whatever. The piss stain it had made because I was being stupid and not moving my PlayStation out into the living room when I should have, which thankfully I did later on. But then I got paid for it, and not the rest of the times I looked over the dog. Which means I looked over the dog, got paid, looked over the dog some more, and did not get paid for that final time. Which, again, isn't a business setting. It's taking care of a family dog. Which some people may say accounts. I don't, because I'm not doing other people's work that isn't. To be honest, it was more of expected of me to do that. I didn't ask for it. I was just given it. Like this. I'm asking for a job. I'm not given the job. I asked for it and then I'm given it. I was just given to look over a dog, while my sister was asked to look over it, and then she agreed, so now she's told to look over the dog. It's way confusing to explain it, but if you have a mind like mine, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't have any and it's also like looking over dogs. So it's like, what's the easiest part of looking over the dog? Just making sure it doesn't do anything. What's the hardest, or putting the dogs outside. What's the hardest part? Picking up the stain and I left on the couch. I made that girl laugh with that comment. She was like, what's the easiest part of taking care of a dog whenever you did it? It was putting them outside and feeding them. Alright, what's the hardest part? Picking up after the piss stains they leave. She laughed, so I was like, okay, I'm doing good in this interview. I didn't get the job because I have a feeling it was because I was wearing decent looking Vans. It looked professional. Alright, my mom, dad, and grandma both said I could wear those type of shoes. Pants, dress shirt, but over that was a jacket. So it looks like I was just like wearing. At that point, I might as well have just been wearing flip flops, khaki shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt during the interview. That's how it should have. I might as well have just done that. In my defense, I thought I was be going to the interviewing room where I would have taken my jacket off there. But she said, "Are you Trevor?" I walked into the place. She's like, "Are you Trevor?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Here's a paper. Do it." It's like, okay, so I did the thing, and I should have taken off my jacket there, but it was also pretty cold out there whenever I did it. So, and the fact that it's going to be cold in there, I'd rather not get the job than freeze my ass off during the interview and risk looking, whatever. Anyways, she didn't mention my outfit. I feel like that's also what needs to be mentioned, is your outfit needs to be. It should be like, so is that what you're wearing? I'm like, well, no, hold on, I have this dress shirt. But I also feel like during job interviews, I feel like if you're not wearing the proper attire, they would have been like, why are you not wearing the attire? But they didn't ask me, so I feel like it was okay. Whatever, I'm not sure. Anyways, there's nothing else I could think of. I'm just going to be repeating myself over and over. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'm sorry it's a long one. I try not to make long videos, but it just happened. So, yeah. Next video I'll probably make right after this one is a horrible experience I had at a dentist recently. And I do have a paper I do want to go over. Because I don't like a lot of things, so I feel like this will be amazing to talk about. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down below if you guys have any problems, if you guys have similar problems, or what are some problems you have with job interviews. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you're not happy with me, whatever I say. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that bell notification if you guys do want to be notified as to the next time I update, because I don't have a schedule. Anyways, Loser Maniac out.